Welcome to our video on astrological gardening, new moon in Virgo. And this is going to be with astrology, planetary archangels, and zodiac angels also to magically help you, whether you're having an urban or suburban garden, and or actually any kind of agricultural project to accomplish a great success. So you can really feed your family and actually feed your entire community while creating a healthy environment for all. Now, as we continue to enter into the grand solar minimum, it becomes more and more important to be able to invest in this kind of project, and also to be able to harvest our food from God's own green earth and the plentiful, abundant richness that comes from our Lord. Now, using astrology to increase yield from crops is essential. Now, a new moon in Virgo, the Virgin, grants an abundance of fresh beginnings for developing new habits and daily routines that center around health and service to others, while maintaining competent care of self, which is going to be leading into well-earned victories in matters of health and habits, and as well as really your personal daily routine set up for the purpose of achievement of goals due to the natural sixth house associations within the sign of Virgo the Virgin, because Virgo the Virgin is associated with the natural sixth house. Now, gardeners and farmers and community organizers will receive significant reward and benefit from their faithfulness and adherence to well-executed daily disciplines, producing amazing edible crops, not just those that are pleasing to the eye like flowers, but also edible crops that people are going to be able to utilize for food again during the grand solar minimum. And that's to produce, to plant, to grow, to harvest, and to store for the benefit of self again and others as well in one's community, under the care and watchful eye of the astrological gardener or farmer. Now, this is an occasion to interact with elementals, especially the gnomes of earth, because Virgo the Virgin is a mutable earth sign, communicating with the salamanders of fire, the sylphs of air, and the undines of water, communicating and coming into effect together, and with a goodly amount of persistence, all working together towards delivering a very rich yield. Now, communicating with the moon, with Luna, during this new moon lunar phase, while making sure to use skills learned in regards to astrological planting and harvesting, is of vital import. Bring abundance and a wealth of riches into your household by sowing and reaping seeds which will produce plentiful crops for food, which can be consumed by family and community, that are also able to be sold at local farmers markets. These concepts are especially important during a grand solar minimum, which is the one in which we now find ourselves. Generally, a new moon with its increasing moonlight is really a good time. It's actually a great time to go ahead and plant, again, for planting and growing produce, such as like cruciferous vegetables, that's like broccoli or cauliflower or Brussels sprouts, and asparagus, lettuce, spinach, and those annuals with leaves growing above ground with seeds outside the crop. Now, cucumbers are an exception to this rule, since they have seeds inside the produce. Now, specifically, when Luna visits the zodiac sign of Virgo the Virgin, it is a wonderful time for cultivation rather than planting. Now, this is also a good occasion for doing work around the garden that is beneficial to the entire project, such as acquiring cuttings, weeding, or getting rid of bugs. Now, although Virgo is a feminine sign, being really much more yin in nature, dark and moist, Virgo has a designation of the Virgin due to its placement on the astrological and agricultural wheel, where it is considered to be a barren sign. Because you have, Virgin, Virgo the Virgin, considered like a bachelor or bachelorette. So we're going to give you a sort of a view here of where it is on this wheel. Okay, so Virgo is here on the wheel. Okay, the wheel goes from Aries all the way to Pisces. Okay, and also we're taking specifically we're having here a new moon, the sign of Virgo, the Virgin. Okay, so we're going to bring this in a little, focus in a little so you can see it. Okay, so we have a little closer here, Virgo. When you use the Rosicrucian system of Kabbalah, which is a Christian Kabbalah, what we have is we have like a greenish yellow color for the sign of Virgo. And we're using a crescent moon simply because that's the symbol for the planet of the moon, because the moon and the sun are considered ancient planets. So that's just the symbol for the moon. But it's actually a new moon. It's not a crescent moon, it's a new moon. But again, that's just a planetary symbol. Okay, now, again, remember that although, again, it is a feminine sign, just understand that it is associated with the natural 6th house. And these are, again, habits, daily routines, and service to others. And really, it's a godhood, being creator, maintainer, destroyer, which is seen in many religions, and the iconography that is associated with these religions and pantheons, the constructs as well as science when considering photons, neutrons, and electrons. So what we have is we have sort of an understanding of the Virgin and the goddess. And we have the trinary, the triple moon goddess. We have maiden, mother, crone, and we also have creator, maintainer, and destroyer, which is in many religions. It's in the Hindu religion with Brahman and Vishnu and Shiva, and it is in the Catholic religion with the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. So it's that trinary aspect. So understand that there's a connection with all of these, and it's even once again, it's in science with the protons, neutrons, and electrons. The protons being like creator, neutrons being like preserver, and electrons being like destroyer. So this is how it is set up to be able to have like thesis and antithesis and synthesis. So it takes us through these kinds of understandings. Okay. Now remember, Virgo is a yin sign, because it is mutable earth. Okay. Now first, our disclaimer before we get more into this: watching this video or reading this document is an act of spiritual willpower, and any such action is considered magic. High magic should be used with all mindfulness, since powerful forces of manifestation are unleashed. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. Okay, now I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel, and if you'd like to learn how to contact me for spiritual consultation or psychic astrology, you can visit my website at www.readingsbyrosemary.com. You can go to Facebook, Readings by Rosemary, and you can go to Readings by Rosemary on Google, or you can go to the Astrology Angel on Google, and on YouTube, the Astrology Angel. Okay, now, normally, during a new moon lunar cycle, urban and suburban gardens will win a great green thumbs up. And that's through planting parsley and celery and broccoli and cabbage and oats, quinoa, millet, wheat, flaxseed, rye, spinach, endive, lettuce, corn, and rice, to name just a few familiar eatables, utilizing annuals which flourish above ground. Now, crops with seeds developed on the outside are best at this portion of lunar phases. A new moon is the beginning of a waxing moon, from new moon to full moon portion of a lunar cycle. Now, water in the earth will be pulled up by Luna just like her sway over ocean tides. Although 24 to 48 hours before a full moon is the best phase with which to provide an even larger gravitational effect. A new moon makes abundant water available for growth. Now, in particular, throughout a new moon in the sign of Virgo, the Virgin, focus upon promoting growth of crops, obtaining cuttings, again, pruning, weeding, and destroying bugs. So we've given you what's good in a new moon, but now we're giving you what's good specifically for a new moon in the sign of Virgo, the Virgin. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to focus upon promoting growth of crops that obtaining. You want to obtain cuttings, or you want to go ahead and prune or weed. Again, you want to get rid of bugs, that kind of thing. Now, an urban or suburban gardener should wait for a fourth quarter waning moon phase in Virgo to cut lawns, hang bug zappers, or place rat traps rather than during a new moon, since Virgo the Virgin is a feminine sign of the zodiac, being water of earth or mutable earth, although moist. Now, wait for a second quarter waxing moon phase in Virgo to plant tubers or root types of crops, as well as planting perennial cinnamon vines, grapevines, or kiwi vines. Please note that 24 to 48 hours before a full moon in the sign of Virgo the Virgin is also a great happening for the purpose of planting the above mentioned perennial edible vines in tubers while the moonlight is still waxing, or if it's like it's an increase in brightness. That's a waxing moon is an increase in brightness. Now, planetary archangel Gabriel rules over the planet Luna, the ancient planet Luna, although on a new moon expressing receptivity. Okay, now Virgo is mercurial in nature because Mercury is the nighttime abode. The nighttime abode of Mercury is Virgo. The daytime abode of Mercury is Gemini, but the nighttime abode of Mercury is Virgo. Okay, so therefore Virgo is mercurial in its nature, and therefore it's going to have the influences of the planetary archangel Raphael, and that will hold sway during a new moon in Virgo. But remember, the archangel Gabriel, because the new moon is going to be in a receptive phase. Now, since Mercury rules over this feminine mutable earth sign, and the zodiac, Virgo the Virgin being the, again, it's the nighttime abode of the planet Mercury. Keep in mind that Virgo is water of earth, and therefore it is important to invoke into oneself, or invoke into one's sacred circle, or to call upon, that's evoke, is to call upon, the mercurial zodiacal facet known as the attribute of God, the winged messenger, found in Acts 14:12, Dewey Rheims Bible. And they called Barnabas Jupiter, but Paul Mercury, because he was chief speaker. So the Apostle Paul is associated with Mercury and Thoth, and these intelligent scribe, very thinking, intelligence, writing type of archetype in the pantheon of gods of all the various religious pantheons. So you have, again, you have Thoth and Mercury, and the archangel Raphael associated with Mercury, and you have Saint Paul. So these are all the again, intelligent mercurial aspects in the various pantheons. Now, please note that Saint Paul, again, he's associated with mercurial facets, again, such as not only intelligence, but also oratory and scribe skills, also having writing and messaging competence associated with such icons as Thoth of Atlantis and Egypt. Thoth was known to the Atlanteans and to the Egyptians. And we'll get into the, we have not only the, the tablet of Thoth, the Emerald Tablet, but we also have the tablets of Thoth. We're going to get into that, but we have the whole book. Okay, and Hermes Trismegistus to the Greeks, St. Paul, Thoth, Mercury. Okay, so that's going to be planetary archangel Raphael, or it's Mercury, messenger of the gods in the Roman system. Okay, now zodiac angel Hamaliel rules over Virgo, the Virgin astrology sign. That's the zodiac angel known as Hamaliel. The planetary archangel is going to be utilized. Again, we're going to utilize Gabriel for the moon, and we're going to utilize Raphael for Virgo because Mercury rules over Virgo. So it's Hamaliel and Raphael associated with Virgo, Gabriel associated with the moon. Now, speaking of the new moon, we turn to Numbers chapter 28 verse 11 in the New Heart English Bible. Quote, "In the beginning of your months you shall offer a burnt offering to the Lord, 2 young bulls and 1 ram, 7 male lambs, a year old without blemish." Information found in this document is based on the oral tradition known as Kabbalah, taught to me by a Rosicrucian clergy when I was but a young girl, the facts of which I've committed to memory. Thank you for joining us, and please join us again.